this game. And I'm just so proud of my teammates and even my coaches on the hard work that we did during that game and just being relentless and staying with things.
My teammates put me in a great position. You know, they give me the confidence and always have my back. So moving forward, I mean, next year I know we're gonna, you know, be connected and. Oh, good. I'm sorry.
It's good.
Is this like live?
See, how does it feel to win a game in the tournament?
Oh, it feels good. You know, we put in a lot of hard work and we prepared for this game. So.
All right, Coach, if you just want to give a statement on the game, and then we'll open up to questions from those joining us in the Zoom straight across the way.
Yeah, man, what a great game. Way to open our tournament, right? Nothing like an overtime game. But man, first of all, credit to Wichita State. They played hard, you know, and they're well coached and they're a really good team. But I am extremely proud of our team and the fight that they showed on the court today. And not just today, but the preparation that they put into it to be focused and go out there and maybe stay with things. You know, there were some moments where things didn't go our way and we stayed with it and we fought through it. And then there were some moments where things really went our way and we celebrated each other and encouraged each other. And so I can't say enough how proud I am of this team and the heart and the fight that they have on the floor.
All right, anybody that's on the Zoom side, if you want to raise your hand, we'll be able to call on you to be able to get your question in. Okay, Jerry Woodley, start.
Coach, if you can, just talk about those last 2 minutes of regulation where it was back and forth. You get a chance, you get your shot, but also that's time left on the clock, and Wichita State has that opportunity.
Yeah, those last 2 minutes were intense, you know, and I love the way that our team just believed every time they stepped on the floor. There were some moments in that game where we had to get some pretty big stops defensively, and we went in with a game plan and they executed it and they implemented it and they stayed together with it. And you know, the fun thing about those situations is you don't know everything they're going to do, and so a lot of those times, those games are definitely won by the players on the floor. You know, it just executing out of maybe unknown situations. And I was really proud of our team and the way that we got those defensive stops down the stretch.
Other questions from those on Zoom? Okay, we'll take one final swipe. Tulsa, thank you. Congratulations.
That's a wrap. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
We'll be right back over here. Yep. All right, we have Wichita State coach Keitha Adams and Wichita State athletes Asia Strong. Coach, if you want to give an open statement, then we'll open it to questions.
Well, I think for the first game of the tournament, we definitely started out with a bang and going into an overtime game, and it was a very exciting, competitive college game. You know, you got to give credit to Tulsa for hitting some big shots and making some plays. They've got a very, very nice, very good team. We thought we played hard. We competed. You know, probably the biggest thing that we fell short of on today's game was our goal was to have 13 or less turnovers. We felt like we needed to take really good care of the ball, and we had 27. So that we lost by 2 points. They shot 15 more shots than we did. And you know, we're right there in the game, even though we didn't take very good care of the ball. So, I feel like that was really the difference. If we would have taken better care of it, had more shots, feel like we would have had a much greater chance of winning the game. But proud of our team in terms of what kind of young ladies that we had on this team this year. Really good group of young people that played hard all year, gave me great effort. They were great teammates. They were great with one another. Very, very competitive, and we played hard. We just came up short and didn't close out games as well as we would have liked to this year. You're right there and having a 20-win season versus coming up short on 5 or 6 games and winning 14 or 15 games. So, but in terms of their effort, they always gave me great effort. So.
All right, we're going to open up questions to those in the room with us. For those of us joining us on the Zoom, if you want to raise your hand, we'll be able to call you upon you here in just a second. Any questions from in the room? All right, we'll head to Zoom.
Okay, we'll go right to Zoom. We'll start with KAKE News, please.
Yeah, hey Keitha, this is Chris Lee from Cake. What can you say about the last few minutes there of regulation? Just coming back from 5 down and battling, and then just the incredible shot making on both sides, I guess.
Well, I think that our resiliency, our competitiveness. I felt like we kept fighting, we kept competing. We needed to get a few more defensive stops today. This is what's the hardest thing about losing close games, because you can sit here and say, man, if we would have scored a couple more times, taken better care of the ball, gotten a couple more stops. So many little things that you could do different to change the outcome. And that's what's so hard when you lose a close game like this. But got to give Tulsa credit for making big plays. They've got a good team. And also I thought our kids battled.
We'll go next to Jerry Woodley, please. Oh, Jerry,
I don't think your mic's on,
Jerry, need to
sir.
unmute if you would.
My mistake. Coach, if you can, just talk about the last 2 minutes of regulation and then your first 2 minutes of the overtime.
Last 2 minutes of regulation, last 2 minutes of overtime. Well, there's a lot that happened in that. That's 4 minutes of a lot of activity. I think for me, the most glaring thing was that we just had some possessions on offense that we didn't execute what we wanted to. And that, really hurt us. And turnovers, you've got to be really good about taking care of the ball and getting good shots. And, I thought there was some things we did today well, but, for me in those closing minutes and as you go down the stretch and really throughout what's really just going to be the thing that I'm going to have a hard time is those 27 turnovers. That's the difference in this game today. Like we needed to take better care of the ball. That's what cost us this game today, is us not taking care of it. But, we had some moments we executed. We did. We got good looks. And then we had our moments that we didn't. And, we got, I'll have to go back and watch the film, but, give credit. Tulsa, their offense is very active. They move a lot. At halftime, I told our team they're moving more than we're talking, because there was times that we were not matched up and there was somebody that was getting loose. And part of that, their offense is so active. Like you've got to really, really communicate, because they're setting a lot of screens, they're cutting, they're moving, and it's constant. And our communication needed to be better.
Yeah, Coach, what can you say about Asia Strong and what she's been able to do the last 2 games? She kind of took things up to the next level for you.
Yeah, Asia hit some big shots, and one of the things that I've always, first time I watched Asia play, I thought she was very talented, and I believed in her, and I saw something in her that her game really fired me up. I mean, from day one, I knew that I wanted to coach this girl, and she has had some moments where she's hit some big shots for us and done some things to help us win games. And I have enjoyed coaching her 99.5% of the time. But I thought she kept battling today. Put her on the front of your half court trap, and that can really jumpstart your team, and just her competitiveness. I think that she's got a great future ahead of her. And I told all of our seniors that, I want nothing but success for these guys. They're a great group of gals, and I'm always going to be here for them. I'm always going to be here for Asia. And I've really enjoyed having her in my program.
Appreciate it. Go.
And then for Asia, Coach kind of mentioned it, but what do you think about the improvements this year, maybe despite what the record would say that, you guys were competitive in a lot of close games, especially late?
I definitely feel like we worked hard. We just gotta keep executing on offense and, playing defense, getting stops. Like Coach said, we had a lot of turnovers, so just taking care of the ball. We just gave them the ball 27 times. So it's not like they outworked us, because we definitely was working with them. We was competing, we was rebounding, we was trying to get all the stops we could. It was a close game throughout the whole game. That's why I went over to overtime. So it really was a good game. I'm really proud of my teammates, and this is like basically my last game playing as like a senior, so it's just like bittersweet, where it was a close game and, we fought, but we didn't get the results we wanted. And during like last season or this season, we would be like very close in overtime. And we just, like Coach said, we got to kick the door down. We just got to just keep kicking and just getting better and better every day.
Coach, this is
What's right?
Jacob Albrock with KWCH. These losses obviously are always emotional, and it stinks. This group, though, it feels like you guys have been through even more together after everything last year, and then you finally get healthy, and the close losses this year. Just give you an opportunity here to talk about this group a little bit and what they mean to you and the emotions of this loss.
It's it's tough. You're building a program, and you're going to go through things to get there. And that's what's happened. We had to figure out how to play ball and get through a pandemic. I mean, last year was like no other experience for any of us. I think that the thing I shared with them in the locker room was that, there's not anything that I would change about this group. Not one thing. There's only one thing that I would have liked more for them and for us is for us to win these close games and to win more games. That's the only thing that I would like to change for us. And that's been hard, but I know that, when we get our program where we want, we're going to look back on this group, and they're going to have a legacy, and they're playing a part in us building this program and us being so competitive and playing hard. And it's a process to get where you want to go. And they've been a part of that. And so, I want for us to just keep working on what our goals are, and that these guys one day see us where we do want to be and know that they played a part on helping us get there. And that's hard right now to kind of vision probably for them, because there's so much emotion going, like she said, their last college game. But we're going to be connected forever. We're going to be connected all over the world. We're going to have these kids go back home, and we're going to be following what they're doing back home. And our connections are very real, and our relationships are very real. The culture of our program, I think, is very good. It's been very, very healthy for our kids and us coaches. We just want to win more games and win some championships. And so we've got to keep working to get better to do that. But our kids have been really good in so many areas, and I'm proud of them and I'm proud of us, but we want more.
All right, any other questions? All right, Coach, thank you all. That's a wrap.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.